The Stage Door Show, celebrating the independent artist. With your host, Dave Hondel.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Stage Door Show tonight. This is Dave Hondel. I got a great new artist with me, man. Hip hop artist J2 has a brand new video out called Down a Legend, and he's just getting started. I mean, there's a lot of music he has coming out, a new EP, which we'll talk about. There's also some other things that I like to see as well that I noticed that I was sent, and can't wait to get that into that with him as well. So welcome to the show, J2.
Appreciate you. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So, I want to start with this because everybody has a start, and obviously you're a new artist, but, everybody has an influence, right? Everybody has somebody that influences them, that they kind of, gets them to do what they want to do, like music.
Mm-hmm.
So who are your influences musically?
I would say I'm from Memphis, so Memphis has its own culture. So I would say the biggest one for me that kind of ties personally is Young Dolph. Young Dolph, he had his own demeanor, he had his own swag. He helped the community, and he was a big inspiration to the whole city. That's why he was named the King of Memphis. You won't be named the King of Memphis unless, you were held at a high stature and, you helped the community and people seeing you as an outlet, like, okay, like he got it, And I just feel like the way he moved and the way that he brought his family up and gave his family opportunities was a real inspiration to me. And, more importantly, he was family. And, he would come up with the crib and all that type of stuff. We would talk, and I was young looking at him like, man, like he got it. Like he knows something. And we would talk, and I would do music in high school, and he would tell me tips like just be in the studio, just grind, like whatever you got, whatever you want to go get, just go get it. And I seen that as inspiration. Like, okay, like that's what I want to do. And I would say that that's a big inspiration and a big reason why I'm even rapping myself. And that just drove the passion of writing late nights and all that type of stuff. So, man, he's a big inspiration to why I'm doing this in the first place.
Talk about that. That was great and well said, but talk about, the importance as a new artist to listen to the people that came before you. And, whether it's somebody local or whether it's somebody, international or whatever message they have to say. I mean, obviously hip hop started and rap started in a certain era that was before your time, basically. So talk about the importance of listening to people like that as a new artist, as opposed to just going out and doing your own thing. I mean, to listen and take advice from people.
Right. I think it's a big inspiration, like definitely something to really hone in on. Listen to artists that will come before you because you want to know, how to move and what to say and how to keep the train going, the consistency. Because, you have artists from all different decades, you know what I'm saying? So you got to learn how to, especially with artists, know your uniqueness and know what you can bring to the table and what you can do to continue the rap game going and bring something new to the section. So I feel like that's really important, specifically to me, J2, is that I want to bring something to the table that's different from whatever other artists are rapping about and all that type of stuff, out of the norm. I want to give a message. I want people to be like, okay, like inspired by, go up, get some money, or, go up and help your family, feed the family, or, feed the community, or, even make music about empowering other people, lifting people up. And I feel like a lot of people don't do that nowadays. So, going from the other generation, I just feel like, again, continuing to bring that fire to the table and bring that for years and years to come, because you think about it, the rap game is going to be going forever. You don't know how long the rap game is going to be going. So, I feel like I could definitely keep that pushing for sure.
Yeah, definitely. Talk about, working with the community, because I saw on your Instagram, a story that, you feed your community and you help feed your community and with the help of your mom and, which I think is amazing, that you do that. So, talk about that and talk about the, the importance of getting out in the community and feeding them like that.
Yeah. Well, with that, it's like a whole different side of me. That's just a passion to me. I don't do it for the likes. I don't do it for the views. I don't do it because, the satisfaction of none of that. I do it out the kindness of my heart. I genuinely feel like besides the music. You should be able to help your community, whatever you do. You can be a doctor, a lawyer, any position. I feel like if you're in the community and you see they need help, do whatever you could do. Even, you don't even have to do a lot. You know what I'm saying? Just give whatever's in your pocket. And that's what my mom always instilled in me and my dad. We always did like stuff with the church and outreach and all that type of stuff. We would help the homeless, feed the homeless, shelter them, give them clothes and all that type of stuff. So I feel like what I want to do and what, God put me on this earth to do is, to help others. And I feel like just me doing that is only a small piece of the pie of what I could do. So me feeding the homeless and me, helping them out, that's only a small piece. I want to do more. I want to give not just only to Memphis, but, more cities that need it. Because if you ride around all these other cities, you see that they need it as well. So if I can do that and I can inspire others to do the same thing, that'd be perfect. Job done.
Absolutely. And that's going to take you not only a long way in life, but also in your music career as well. So well done to you and your parents. Definitely. That's amazing. And also, everybody has a time in their life where they have a love of music and, stepped in front of the microphone for the first time, so what was that for you? I mean, when did you decide that this is something that you want to do for the rest of your life?
I feel like it was something I wanted to do, especially the rest of your life that's heavy because, you pick one thing and then you just roll with it. But I feel like the passion for that, and when I really decided something I really wanted to do was in high school. I would be up late nights writing, and I did something called Freestyle Friday, which was basically every Friday I just write a rap during the week, and then boom, I post it on IG. People in high school be like, yo, that's hard. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So just that passion. And my mom, we would always do like English assignments together, specifically with poetry. And she was a poet back in her day. She lived in Chicago, and she would just do little stuff like little clubs. She would work for like Oprah Winfrey. She was in Chicago as well. And she just always had that passion for poetry. I did a poetry slam. So like all that kind of ties in, that passion, and, how she always instilled in me to, like with writing and all that, like write what you care about, what I'm saying, write what's on paper and be descriptive in your writing and all that type of stuff. And I feel like that kind of pushed over into writing songs, and just that passion and what I want to do, that kind of just all led up together. But most importantly, with the rap, I don't want to just be known as just a rapper. I want to be known as an artist. And I feel like being an artist kind of reaches a different type of level. It's not just a rapper, you're a business owner. What I'm saying? I can start, different clubs and all that stuff. So that's what I want to be.
Artists like yourself, new artists, especially, I think, don't really understand, I guess, the business aspect of it, but it sounds like you're learning the business aspect of it and how important it can be, because as an artist these days, you have to be your own business person, especially as an independent artist like yourself. So what else, you talk about marketing a little bit. I mean, is this something that you're starting to really get into, is the marketing of yourself too? Because I know you mentioned earlier that, you want to set yourself apart. So how do you do that? How do you set yourself apart from the other guys?
I say I set myself apart from other people by, just off my message, what I'm saying, what I'm delivering to the table, my energy, all that stuff comes in play. Every time I get an opportunity, I kill it. I give it 150%, not 100%, over enough, exceeding expectations. I feel like that's just the ground base of it. I also, like I said, again, the message, in my songs, like if you really dissecting what I'm saying, you'll see that I'm talking, straight positive message. I'm not talking about nothing else, what I'm saying? Because one, I believe in, what you say is what you say. And there's no reason to, rap cap or how they say or whatever.
Yeah.
I haven't lived that life. I grew up, well-fed family, both parents, sister, they sacrificed everything for me.
Yeah.
So, I'm only rap off experience, the hustle, the grind, and the hunger of, just believing in what you do and giving it 150%. So I feel like that would most definitely separate myself from others. And I see that already in that, for real.
Yeah, you keep doing what you're doing, and you will definitely
Yeah.
that's going to help separate you for sure. I want to talk
Yeah.
about your song "Down a Legend" because I know it's on YouTube. I love the video,
Yeah.
and talk about the song and the inspiration for that one.
Yeah. So Down a Legend, it basically just stemmed from just believing in yourself and believing that whatever you do, that you're gonna go down a legend. And the definition of legend is just like you being the best in whatever field you in. And what I'm saying, going down a legend, that was basically saying like when I'm rap or whatever I'm doing, or I'm gonna go down the best at it. You know what I'm saying? And that's just me being confident, not cocky.
Right.
And what I'm saying, the work is gonna show at the end of the day. So when I'm long gone, my kids gonna be able to eat off this. My family, my friends gonna be able to eat off this, and they gonna know who J2 is.
Absolutely. Talk about some new music. Yeah, you said you have a new EP coming out, so why don't you talk about some other music that you have out or coming out?
Yeah. So, coming soon, I got some heat. I got some more fast-paced type music because I feel like in the EP, it was fast-paced, but what I'm saying, I gave the whole point of dropping the EP in the first place was to give my audience a wide variety of the types of styles I rap on. So I kind of gave them like a variety pack of everything. You know what I'm saying? You got some J. Cole type vibes, you got some Lil Baby type vibes. A lot of people say I sound like Polo G or G Herbo. So you got all that in there. And coming soon, you got a lot more fast pace and what I'm saying, showing you that type of side. So I feel like every drop or every single is gonna be something new. And whoever's listening is gonna be like, okay, like it's something new. Like this is like a new type of vibe. So that's what I'm trying to give off. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that will help with the consistency of the music that I'm putting out. So that's the goal right there. So, what I'm saying, just be tuned for that J2.
Yeah, for sure. What kind of advice can you give other artists that are just starting out? Some things that maybe you faced already in your young career that you wish you maybe did differently, or things that you feel are working for you that might work. Some help some other artists like yourself. So, what kind of advice can you give them?
I would say the biggest advice, the number one advice is to stay consistent. I see a lot of
Yeah,
rappers that are good that don't drop music, and there's no reason behind it. It's just trying to save the music. I feel like a lot of people they drop some good music and then they just have a break, a long break. And by that time the break is over, people are already tuned out. They already to the next artist. So I would say be in your YB type energy. Like, I'm not saying you gotta drop every week, but drop enough where, say you got some momentum. I dropped my EP a month ago and it was 4 songs. So I gave people time to kind of sink that in, listen to it, the streams going up and all that. And I marketing at school, man, I put posters all around campus. And it's just like I'm just going the extra mile. So even if you don't know me personally or you haven't seen me, you'll see my poster, you'll look it up by any means necessary. My marketing, people have told my marketing is OD. Like I put on Instagram, like well marketed. I have little clips, I have, short films and all that type of stuff. Whatever catches the eye, I feel like is important. So, touching back on that, I just feel like that advice is just to stay consistent and well market your stuff, because I also see a lot of artists that, will drop a whole 16 song, 20 song tape and not market it enough. And then the reviews won't match the song. And don't get me wrong, the EP or the album, 16 song album, 20 song album will be fired, but you just not letting people know. People don't know about it.
right.
So even if, what I'm saying, with the EP is 4 songs, it's not that many songs, but I'm gonna promote a lot of it because, I put my heart and soul into it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Even if I put a single out, I'm gonna let people know. So
Yeah, no, that's good. I mean, all the platforms out there. And speaking of that, how can our listeners find
yeah.
you? Talk about your social media. It's a great platform right now to talk about that.
All right. So full name J2 Main 901. You can find on all platforms: Apple Music, Spotify, Pandora, TikTok, Snapchat, IG, all type of streaming services. You can find me on there. Like I said, new music coming soon. So stay tuned for that new drop. Go ahead and listen to that EP, start at the beginning. And yeah, just keep running them streams up, man. Give it a listen.
When it's all said and done, I mean, you're young, you have a long career ahead of you, but when it's all said and done, what do you want your legacy to be? What do you want to leave people with when they think of your name?
I want to be known as J2. I want the name to be known as J2. And that's why people are starting to call me that. I feel like that name, and your name is so important, because that, of course, that's how people recognize you. So they'll be like, J2 set a mark on the rap industry, or J2 did it different. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I want to come. I want to inspire the youth. Most importantly, I feel like inspiring the youth is so important, only because they're next up. So if you ground and instill that positive energy and that humble energy and that grinding spirit, and I'm gonna go get it, and I'm gonna go get off my ass and go get some money, instill that in them, do it the right way. I feel like that's 100%. That's what I want to do. That's why I want to, be left off as, and I want, like I said, I want my kids eat off, whatever I make, the millions and millions and millions I make. My team, what I'm saying, the Mapes, our guys, we work hard. You know what I'm saying? We put long hours. My producer, NJ the Almighty, that's my guy. So, he put in work, I put in work, and I want all of us to eat. So I would say the other thing too with me, I don't want to come off as a selfish person as well. Whoever came up with me, and we put in them hours, and we put in that work, and we put in that drive and hustle, I want all of us to eat. Whoever believed in me, and whoever came up, and whoever I worked with, and all that, like, I want all of us to win together. You know what I'm saying? So that's what page I'm on. Like I said, my guys lift me up. They believed in me since day one, when I didn't even believe in myself at times, or when I doubted myself. So J2, I want to leave a mark as a young guy coming out the rap game, coming into the rap game, stepping into it with all these other guys, like, yo, like, let's respect this dude. He got something to bring to the table. So that's what I want to be remembered as, man.
Good for you. I mean, that's good. That's a great legacy. And I've really enjoyed our conversation today, Jay, and I think, you have a long way to go. I mean, you've come a long way, and you've got a long way to go, but I think you're doing the right things, and you're doing it the right way. And can't wait to see your success in your career. I'm definitely going to follow it. And anything that we can do here at the show, let us know. And you're always welcome back on the show if you want to push anything else. Okay.
Yo, appreciate you. Thank you for your time. And I'm glad I got to talk with y'all today, man.